Yo, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you guys can hear me. I figured this would be a perfect video just to go out and do a POV drive because we finally got some good news, man. I've been waiting to make this video for literally 9 months. It would have been 10 months, the 7th of October, but I'm happy to go ahead and let you guys know that the built motor for the Mustang is done. Actually, it's been done for about almost a week now. It's just I had no idea it was done because I stopped by the shop this week, actually like 2 days ago, to go ahead and set up an appointment to get some maintenance things done to the car, and they let me know, hey, the motor's done. So that's fantastic news, man. I didn't see it yet because it's still at the machine shop. They haven't had a chance to go ahead and pick it up. But when I do go ahead and actually see the motor, I'll make another video letting you guys know exactly what's inside the motor and you know what it looks like, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys probably had not seen like a bare motor out the car. This actually will be the first time that I've actually ever seen a 4.6 2-valve motor outside the car without the heads on it, so that'll be kind of a cool experience for me as well. But that motor is done. Now also, I'm gonna let you guys know we're actually gonna go ahead and just full send this whole build off rip. I decided to go ahead and get the heads, and we're gonna be putting in the cams. So when everything gets dropped in, we're gonna have a fully built motor, top to bottom, heads, cams, obviously built bottom end, sleeved, all that stuff. So this car pretty much will be set up to throw literally whatever I want at it, you know, knock on the plastic in here, man. Now, because all this is gonna be happening, I can essentially go ahead and like use these next couple of months to kind of decide if I want to stay with the Centrifugal Supercharger. I think I will, in all honesty. I've been thinking about going ahead and selling the Centrifugal Supercharger around December time, because that's when this car is going to be pretty much scheduled to go under the knife. Late December, early January, that's kind of where I kind of want to get everything set up, because it's going to probably take a month to go ahead and get everything, you know, taken out and then swapped in, because that's about how long it took the BRZ to get kind of back on the road once, you know, all the parts were there. Which also kind of 2 for 1, the BRZ FRS 86, that car is done. It's been tuned, it's ready for pickup. I'm gonna be picking up that car in about a week and a half or so. I don't have time to do it this weekend, I don't have time to do it next weekend, but after that we'll be able to go ahead and go pick that car up. I'm actually really excited to go ahead and get in that car and see how it feels. I'm not gonna go ahead and reveal dyno numbers on that car. I'm kind of keeping that car under wraps. That's gonna be literally my sleeper if I decide to go ahead and keep that car, because it's set up for big horsepower. It makes respectable horsepower right now after it came off the dyno. So I kind of want to go ahead, get some street time, test it out before I go ahead and make some, you know, proper videos on it. I know some of you guys might be upset about that, but you guys have to keep in mind, I live in Texas. It's very competitive out here. I'm learning that very, very quickly. I have essentially now 2 cars that are considered slow, obsolete, and a waste of time, especially an FRS. So I kind of want to keep that under wraps, do my thing a little bit, and low-key get some payback, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna keep that car under wraps, keep it low-key, but if I do decide to keep that car, it will actually be pretty goddamn fast if I say so myself. But back to the 2-valve, I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna stay with the centrifugal. I might go turbo. Theoretically, I should go turbo, because if I go turbo, I can literally make 1100 wheel horsepower without even trying. That's what the motor and everything is good to. Actually, it's good for like 13, but you know, obviously I gotta do the rear end and stuff like that, but the internals, all that can hold it. So in theory, it would be better off to just go turbo, but you know, I might go ahead and stay with the blower. I could literally spray, you know, like an 150 shot, 200 shot of nitrous on top of this blower here, and you know, essentially make some pretty damn good power. Honestly, probably around like 800 or so with corresponding torque, which would be plenty enough. That's way more than the rear end of the transmission can handle, you know, knock on the plastic that it holds together. But once Texas 2K does roll around, we're going to be rolling in the 2-valve. Again, I'm keeping the FRS kind of under wraps, keeping it low key. I need to test and tune that car and get it kind of redefined, because it's just a different setup right now in that car as well. So super happy about the 2-valve, man. Not that many people are kind of sticking with the 2-valve nowadays, and actually going ahead and documenting the build, going ahead and running the car, you know, going ahead and showcasing, you know, what these cars can do. So I'm really excited to go ahead and kind of bring that content to you guys. And honestly, I'm even more excited to go ahead and start running that car with the built motor and with some actual power down, man. Because right now the car makes, you know, theoretically, you know, high 4s, 500 wheel horsepower, something around there. I cannot imagine how this car is gonna feel, you know, making like 700, 800, 900 horsepower, you know, with a little bit more weight reduction and, you know, a properly set up, you know, build. So yeah, man, if you guys are excited, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. Y'all know the drill, man. What would you guys recommend me doing? Staying with the blower or going turbo? Can't really go wrong either or. Obviously with the blower, we're not gonna make as much power unless I go ahead and swap it out, which I am considering doing. I have considered going ahead and reaching out to Vortech because I believe I can actually go ahead and send my head unit in. This is a V1 with the S trim internals in it, if you guys are unaware. So it's kind of a baby blower, especially for the build that I'm going ahead and going for. This motor that is going to be in the car, you know, the new motor that just got finished being built, it is a higher compression engine, so we're gonna make more power, you know, just by swapping everything over and not really doing much. But I do kind of want to go ahead and potentially upgrade this blower to maybe actually a T trim or just a straight up YSI head unit. I think the YSI might make more sense because of the heads cams combination. It's gonna really utilize the top end. But as a street car, because this is kind of how I'm building this car, I'm not really building a track oriented, you know, straight line strip car. I don't really want to do that because I like to drive this car. You guys can tell I just jump into it and drive. I like to just take it out, you know, to Mexico, have some fun, you know, pull up to meets. I don't want to have a car that, you know, is not suited for that, man. I don't want to have a car that, you know, is just not good cruising. It's not really good going ahead, you know, driving around on the street. I don't want that. Even though, you know, theoretically it would be cool, I don't want that. If that means I have to sacrifice, you know, 100, 200 horsepower, that's fine with me, man. But T-trim blower, I know for a fact I'd be able to get where I want to be comfortably with that blower. YSI, I'd have some head unit, and turbo, I could essentially just go all out and not have to worry literally about a thing about, you know, am I gonna make, you know, X amount of power. And also for me personally, I kind of want to have like some type of like aftermarket ECU as well if I were to go turbo, just so I can go ahead and tune the car like boost by gear, because that's what my Subaru's tuned by. It's tuned by boost by gear because the car is so light. Having so much horsepower off rip, it's just gonna spin, and I already know that's what's gonna happen with this car, because this car is rather light. It's 3220 right now, and with the weight reduction I'm about to do, when the motor gets dropped in, it's literally gonna be sitting around like 30, like high 3s, 3100 waist rate with me inside the car. So I kind of have to think about some things, man, but we got some time. Well, not really a lot of time, but you know, we got like 90 days for me to kind of go ahead and think about what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna stay with the centrifugal supercharger, but what centrifugal supercharger am I gonna go with is gonna be the question, because I thinking about it now, I probably should go ahead and get an aftermarket ECU with the turbo, because boost by gear with this setup, I don't know about that. It's just gonna be a spin fest, and you know, spinning is cool for like the first couple days, you know. Oh, you get a fast car, it spins, but when you actually time to race it, nah. I mean, spinning is, you're losing. Especially, you know, when two cars are making around the same horsepower, you're losing. So we'll see. Also, if you guys were unaware, we're gonna be replacing the alternator on this car as well, the belt, supercharger belt, and the IAC port, as well as the intake too. So we're gonna get all that done. Actually, around the same time that I go ahead and pick up the BRZ FRS 86, whatever you guys want to call it. So when this car goes in to get kind of the maintenance, I'm going to be going ahead and picking up that car, and then, you know, kind of testing and tuning both at the same time to see exactly how they feel and figure out what direction, you know, I'm going to go into. Man, I really am excited for that BRZ though, because like it's going to be quick. It's going to be a sleeper. Same thing with this car, but it for real is going to be a sleeper, for real. But yeah, man, want to kind of go ahead and just make an update video, let you guys know on what's going down with the cars. I'm really happy that this motor is done. We've been waiting so long, man, almost 10 months. Shit, I was ready to give up, no bullshit. Not really, but you guys know, man, I was like, damn, 10 months, is this thing even gonna be like assembled by 2K? And you know, whew, finally the wait is finally over, man. Was it worth it? Yeah, it was worth it. I'll say that right now, it was worth it. It's just because I know what's going into my shit, it was worth it. But could I have gotten this car, you know, situated? Could this car be making like 700 horsepower by now? Of course it could have been if I went ahead and just swapped in an 03, 04 Cobra long, short block, or a long block for that matter. But it's kind of nice to stay with the 2-valve, and I know, you know, what's in the car. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. I'm gonna make as many update videos as I can once I get more information. Remember, we're gonna make a video going over the whole short block, actually showing it as well, and the cams too, because I have the cams. I have all that shit already. So I'll go ahead and show you guys like the whole setup, you know, actually in person, so you guys can take a look at all the parts, whatnot. And then when this car, you know, is ready to go ahead and be raced again, we'll go ahead and test it and get it on the street and see how it does. But yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.